So, generative AI. It's here, and let's be honest, it feels like it's changing everything. But for you as a leader, the real question isn't about the hype, it's about the value. How do you actually turn this powerful new technology into a real, tangible business advantage? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the clear, actionable framework you need to get started. So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with a business opportunity, the why. Then we're going to decode the tech so you can talk the talk. After that, we get super tactical. We'll look at the toolkit you have at your disposal, how to launch that critical first project, and finally, how you can lead this transformation right from the front. Okay, let's dive right in by tackling the single most important question for any executive. Why should you really care about generative AI? What's the actual bottom line business impact? Now, just think about that for a second. This isn't some hypothetical classroom question. It's a real-world problem that a company like Amazon deals with every single day. And it's a problem that generative AI is solving right now by transforming this mountain of raw, messy data into sharp, strategic insights that can directly boost profitability. And here's the big thing to get. Gen AI isn't some niche, single-use tool. It's a catalyst. It's something that can spark innovation across your entire organization. I mean, think about personalizing customer experiences at a massive scale, or accelerating how your teams write and ship new code, or even brainstorming completely novel product designs. It's all about unlocking new levels of efficiency and creativity, pretty much everywhere. All right, but to lead this charge, you've got to understand what you're actually working with, right? So let's build a solid foundation and just clarify a few key concepts. This will give us all a shared vocabulary so you can make confident, informed decisions about where to invest and what to do next. It's super important to realize that generative AI didn't just pop out of nowhere. It's really the latest step in this long evolution, building on decades of work in AI, machine learning, and deep learning. But the big leap forward, the game changer, is its unique ability to not just analyze stuff, but to actually create new things from scratch. And this right here really gets to the heart of the matter. Think of it like this. Traditional machine learning is all about prediction. It answers a very specific question, like, is this credit card transaction fraudulent? Yes or no. But generative AI, it's about creation. It can summarize a 20-page report, write a piece of code, or even design a new logo. And that fundamental shift from predicting to creating is exactly what makes it so incredibly transformative. Okay, so what's the engine behind all this? Well, the magic really is in these things called foundation models. The best analogy is to think of a foundation model like a brilliant new graduate who has basically read the entire internet. They have this vast general-purpose knowledge that can be applied to a ton of different jobs. These models are the powerful engines driving pretty much every generative AI application you see. So you've got this super smart engine. How do you steer it? That's where prompt engineering comes in. And honestly, this is a huge new skill. It's all about crafting clear, context-rich instructions, the prompts, to get the model to do what you want. You'll find that getting the best results is often less about writing complex code and more about the art and science of asking the right question in exactly the right way. Okay, theory is great, but how do you actually do this? How do you start implementing generative AI in the real world? The really good news is there's a simple but incredibly powerful framework that works for pretty much any need and any budget. And the key here is that you don't have to boil the ocean. You can start small. This reuse, adapt, build approach lets you crawl, then walk, then run. You can start by simply reusing an existing off-the-shelf model for some really quick wins. As you get more comfortable, you can start to adapt a model with your own private company data. And only for the most unique strategic needs would you ever need to think about building a brand new model from the ground up. And to make this even more concrete, this table basically maps the right tool to the right team for the right job. You can give your business folks, the non-techies, a tool like Amazon Q to get answers from company data. You can give your developers easy access to a whole menu of models with Amazon Bedrock. Or you can give your data scientists the keys to the kingdom with SageMaker for full control. There's an entry point for everyone, and it lines up perfectly with that reuse, adapt, build strategy. All right, we've got the concepts, we've got the tools. So now for the million-dollar question. Where on earth do you start? The absolute key is to launch a smart, well-chosen pilot project that can show real business value and fast. Okay, and this is absolutely critical. Don't start with the cool tech and then go looking for a problem to solve. No way. Start with a real business headache. And as you brainstorm, you want to focus all your energy right there, in that upper right quadrant. Look for projects that are both highly feasible to pull off and are going to have a high impact on the business. That sweet spot, that's your gold mine for those important early wins. And remember that customer review example from the beginning? Let's circle back to it. This isn't just a theory, this stuff works. Amazon ran this as a pilot project, and as you can see from the quote, the result was a direct, measurable impact on the bottom line, better profitability, and fewer products coming back. That's a win-win. And this is that reuse, adapt, build strategy playing out in the real world perfectly. Amazon started simple. They reused an existing model to generate summaries. That was an immediate win. Then they leveled up and adapted it with more of their own data. And only then, after they proved the value and built up their internal expertise, did they go all in and build a custom model to scale the solution across the whole company. Okay, so let's wrap up by talking about the most important piece of the puzzle, your role as a leader. This isn't just about greenlighting projects, it's about guiding the entire journey, cheering on the innovation while at the same time responsibly managing the new risks that come with this powerful technology. I love this quote because it really nails a huge mindset shift. Responsible AI isn't just some technical compliance issue you can hand off to the IT department. It's a core component of modern leadership. This has to be part of your leadership DNA from day one. The good news is you're not walking this tightrope alone or without a net. You've got real concrete strategies and tools you can use right now to handle risks like factually incorrect hallucinations or toxic output. You can put up technical guardrails, you can ground the models in your own curated factual data, and most importantly, you can always keep a human in the loop for those high-stakes decisions. So if you're going to walk away with a checklist, let this be it. 5 key things you can do starting tomorrow. 1, empower your people. 2, be responsible from day one. 3, create a solid data plan. 4, go find that high-impact pilot project. And 5, make good choices. Use the right tool and the right approach for the job. So there you have it. You've got the framework, you've got the playbook. You're ready to move from just learning about this stuff to actually doing it. So the only real question left, and it's the fun one, is what are you going to build first?